we may wake up tomorrow morning and not find Iran on the map. But you have to understand there is one person to blame for all this, and his name is Barack Obama. And here's why. Under Barack Obama, the deal he made with Iran, the Iran deal, was one of the most disastrous deals of a lifetime. And here's why. He told Iran, you could mine uranium, but only at 4%. He said, Iran, the thousands of centrifuges you have, you need to turn about 14,000 of them over under a 24-hour, 7 days a week surveillance. Then he said the International Atomic Agency could come in and do an audit anytime they wanted. And in return, we'll lift sanctions off of you, we'll let you partake in the global trade, we'll unfreeze $150 billion in assets, and we'll fly over billions of dollars in cash over to you on pellets and jets. And at the time, the Republicans had said, Mr. President, this is a bad deal because it's only going to delay the inevitable, which is them wanting a bomb. In fact, we're giving them resources to fast track creating a bomb. And that is exactly what we saw. We saw in their uranium archives that their uranium jumped from 4% to 60%, meaning they were always ready to create a bomb or were creating a bomb. And the $150 billion in assets, we saw that they used that money to funnel to the IRGC, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, which then used that money to fund Hamas and Hezbollah and the Houthi rebels. And then when we said we would like to do an audit, come in, do an audit, the Atomic Agency, they declined, which created a 24-day window. And within that 24-day window, they would scrub the evidence, move equipment, and hide all the evidence. And so you have to understand, look, in America, you can't even go catch a flight without waiting in line for 3 to 4 hours. You can't keep your public schools organized. You have fraud running rampant. What makes you think that we would be able to monitor Iran, a rogue regime, from halfway across the world? We just couldn't do it. What I'm saying is this wasn't a deal, it was an absolute steal for Iran. And so Trump comes in and sees this, and he was saying this for a while, but he comes in and says, Iran, I want you to do the following things. One is you're not going to make a nuclear weapon. You're just not making a bomb. 2, you're going to open the Strait of Hormuz. And 3, you're going to be a good neighbor. I want you to be like the UAE. I want you to be like Saudi Arabia. I want you to be like Qatar and be a functioning society. And what Iran does is give the middle finger and say, we are going to continue to wreak havoc and be a bully in the Middle East and escalate the situation. And so that's what Iran has been doing. And so here we are, Iran escalating until President Trump comes out on Easter Sunday and says, I'm going to quote President Trump here, quote, Tuesday will be power plant day and bridge day, all wrapped up in one in Iran. There will be nothing like it. Open the fucking strait, you crazy bastards, or you'll be living in hell. Just watch. Praise be to Allah, President Donald J. Trump, end quote. So what does Iran do? They send their civilians over to the nuclear plant to use them as lemmings, like they've always done, to use their civilian as a shield. So President Trump doesn't bomb and obliterate it to hell. And so Trump gives them a deadline, and today, as of April 7th, President Trump comes out and says, a whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. However, now that we have complete and total regime change, where different, smarter, and less radicalized minds prevail, maybe something revolutionary, wonderful can happen. Who knows? We will find out tonight one of the most important moments in the long and complex history of the world. 47 years of extortion, corruption, and death will finally end. God bless the great people of Iran. On that note, I will end this and say, God bless to the people of Iran. I pray that I see them on the map tomorrow.